I want to find out what Dere I am. I want to know what Dere you are. I don't know if y'all have any preconceptions. Is that the right word? I feel like I flip-flop between a lot of different archetypes that people would like to see me as. But most often I get like Gremolin, think Gigi Murin, or like mommy type, but I think that's just because of my voice. Do this quiz and figure out which one I am. Choose one word that describes you. Honest, funny, kind, scarier, superior, pretty, or quiet. I think of these descriptors, I probably get quiet or funny the most. I'm gonna go with quiet. What is your perspective on the world? It's a cruel place, it's unfair, it's a beautiful place with a few flaws of its own. Tolerable, destroy it. It's a messed up place, but I'm sure it'll get better with time. We all just need to hang in there. I think that the world is a beautiful place with a few flaws of its own. The world is beautiful, guys. You guys are beautiful. We're all beautiful, you know? My favorite movie: horror, romance, comedy, any, sci-fi, documentaries, supernatural. My favorite is probably comedy, but of movies I watch the most of is documentaries. I love short movies, I love YouTube videos, I love anything that is documentary style, anything. I don't know, I think it's really fun to be able to watch something and enjoy it, but also learn from it. Normal movies, Tucker and Dale versus Evil is my number one, and so comedy is my number one. Even though I think that's kind of a horror slash spooky type of movie. Knowledge is power, power is money, money is pizza. I agree. What will you do if you see a random person flirting with your crush? Nothing. I will cry. I will ignore both of them. I will make fun of that person. I'll walk away from there. I'll let them do it, or I will fight that person. I would do probably one of these two if we're being really honest. I am not a dating type person, but when I have a crush on someone, I am just like, let me watch from a distance and be like, wow, this person's great. I mean, look at their cute face from way over here, and not let them see me ever or know anything about me. Yippee! Little bit insane, but that is kind of my usual reaction to having a crush. So, probably nothing. You witness someone stealing something at a store. What do? Report it immediately, watch him or her silently, pretend not to notice, make it obvious that I see what I see, scare him or her away with a couple of threats, raise my eyebrow, or laugh. I'll pretend not to notice, usually. Stealing, a lot of people do it. I used to work in customer service, front end, and a lot of people steal, and usually it's not for let me make a profit on this thing I stole. It's usually I am in desperate need of this thing, but I cannot afford it. And so I always assume, at least maybe this is like kind of naive, but I always assume if somebody's stealing, it's because they can't afford to get it and they need it. So I always will just pretend I don't notice. What's your favorite animal? Cats, dogs, birds, fish, all, bears, or snakes? Where is frogs? There are no frogs on this list. Quiz. I only steal what I can't afford, and that's everything. Exactly. I would pretend not to see. I do not see. This list, because all seems kind of like a cop-out, I'm gonna say cats. I love cats. I love calicos. I love black cats. I love the cats with like the long flat nose. Is very cute. What would be your choice of weapon? A sword or katana, a bow and arrow, a gun, a knife, scissors. I'd rather use my fists or anything nearby. I am Kiryu. Anything nearby. Trash can, bicycle, another person. Would you rather be the main character of a story or a minor character? The main character, obviously. A minor. I don't really care as long as I have enough screen time. Depends what genre it is. Anything sounds fine. I'd rather be the main villain or a really, really minor character? Honestly, depends what the genre is. If it's some kind of like horror show or something like Death Note, I don't want to be the main character. I want to be like watery, just like bacon in the background, you know, some tasty strawberry cakes, or, you know, Matsuda and just like the cute comic relief. But like Reverse Harem, get me up there, girlies. I am the main character. Let me have all the princes, you know? So it depends on the genre. When you're feeling jealous, how do you react? I get angry, confrontational, demanding their attention. I pretend I'm not jealous, but I secretly plot revenge on my rivals. I suppress my emotions and act indifferent, even though I'm hurting inside. I become withdrawn and quiet, hoping they'll notice and reassure me. I communicate my feelings openly and honestly, seeking reassurance. I act superior and dismiss my rivals, confident in my own worth. I make light of the situation and try to laugh it off. If we're going honest here, if we're going like real and true, I'm just gonna act indifferent. I am not somebody. I mean, I guess if it's a relationship, it would be different. But if we're still thinking crush-wise or something like that, I'm just indifferent. I will get over it. I have had many a crush over the years, and I am not gonna like stop and talk to every single person I've had a crush on and be like, hey, just so you know, I was really jealous. This person, ba 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 ba. Nah, nope, not happening. I am gonna go, oh, that sucks. Alright, bye-bye, and move on. What is your typical reaction when someone confesses their love to you? I get flustered and deny my feelings, even if I like them back. I'm overjoyed and immediately reciprocate their feelings with intense passion. I act surprised and take time to consider my feelings before responding. I blush and become flustered, unsure on how to react. I express my gratitude and happily accept their confession. I act flattered but question their sincerity and worthiness. I playfully tease them and make them work for my affection. Honestly, I never know how to react. If you confess to me, I'm usually just gonna be like, oh, thanks. I'm pretty great. Is that all? That is honest to God my reaction. I'm going, hee hee, thank you. Bye-bye. What do you do? What do you say? I never think about anyone that way, so I'm always like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're a fucking simp, huh? Do you know who I am? A fucking loser. That's who. Why would you ever be simping for me, huh? I just am like, okay, let me run. Let me get away from this person because I'm nervous. Anytime it happens, I'm like, what do you mean? Do you know me? If you knew me, you wouldn't have a crush on me. You would not confess your love to me if you knew who I was. I am a menace. What's your favorite emotion? Happiness, fear, love, sadness, pride, lust, or hope? Honestly, hope. Even though when I lose it, it's really sad. But when I'm really hopeful for something, like when I am applying for jobs or applying for like VTuber groups or other things, that hope of like getting in, of like getting the job or getting into this group is such a fun, nice feeling. I don't know. It's like one of my favorite feelings. Anytime I'm hopeful for something, I'm like, wow, life is great. I have something to look forward to and to hope for, and any like passion of mine that I pursue and I'm like hoping to hear back from somebody about, I'm like, this is great. Life is great. Every day is great. If you could have any superpowers, what would it be? Power of flight, invisibility, mind control, super strength, the force, elemental powers, or spells? Oh, power of flight would be great. Invisibility, I don't really get unless you're a pervert. Mind control, again, also I'm like, what would I use that for? Hey, minimum wage worker at the cashier, give me my stuff for free, thank you. Then they just get in trouble. Super strength would be sick. Honestly, would be cool. I don't think I would be able to control it very well. The way I clench my mouse when I am playing Marvel Rivals, I think I would shatter it if I had super strength. The Force, I know it's the Star Wars power. I don't really know anything about it except they hold their hand out and they go and stuff flies at them and that's it. Or he goes like and then that guy's like choking and he's like you know? I am absolutely uncultured. I hate watching movies, so I've never seen Star Wars. The only movies that are long that I really loved were Lord of the Rings. And I watched all the Hobbits multiple times, but that's because it's like old school. Any like futuristic stuff other than Doctor Who, I'm just not really into any of it. Spells would be cool. I'm thinking like Harry Potter or like D&D and that sort of thing. But personally, ever since I was a little baby weeb watching Naruto, I wanted elemental powers. I want to make a water clone. I want to make a fucking fire dragon and shit. I think that's so sick. From the elemental nations, could you imagine me as a fucking sick ass mist shinobi? I would be ballin'. Me and May, besties. But that's the only thing I ever think about with elemental powers is Naruto. Like, oh man, imagine me with my freaking Rasengan. Ooh. It's so stupid, but that's like absolutely a childhood dream of mine. Could you imagine the life I would live if I had elemental powers? Where would you rather be? Home, friend's house, at a party, park, out of the country, library, or mountains? Ooh. Home, country, or mountains. Those are the three that stick out to me right away. I love being home. I love my desk. I love having, nothing to do in a day but edit and, getting to work on my own stuff. It's great. I do love visiting other countries though. I've only been to the US, like the USA, and to South Korea, but both were really cool, really interesting. I really do want to travel more in future, And the mountains, as a good old Barton, I love the mountains, And I used to, back in the day, do day trips out to the mountains, which is insane. I would never do that now, but I genuinely love the mountains. It's so nice. I love hiking. I love, walking around the streets and seeing the sights and the hot springs and the gondolas, and I love the mountains. I'm gonna say home though, because obviously of all three of those, that's the one I choose most often, so it's kind of my number one. Maybe it's just because I'm a hermit. Home is where the heart is. Yeah, home is where I am at, and I am the heart. Do you think you have the heart to manipulate people? Hell yeah. No, not really. Maybe. Depends. Who am I going to manipulate? No, thank you. I'd rather not. I would probably try to, but end up failing. Meh, if the person deserves it. No, I don't. No, thank you. I'd rather not. I don't know. Manipulating is just so yucky. I think it's not nice. Your crush is sitting alone in the park. What do you do now? Nothing. I will ignore them. I don't know. I'll try to talk to them. I'll try to maintain eye contact with them. I'll go away from them. I will change my path, or I can't tell right now. If I saw like somebody I knew just out in the park, especially if they were somebody I was simping for, I'm gonna try to contact. them, you know? Like, one of these two probably maintain eye contact or talk to them, but most likely talk to them. I'm good at small talk. You kind of have to be if you've ever worked customer service. So, yeah, I would definitely just be like, oh my goodness, you're here in the park. It's so nice to see you. Isn't it so nice out? Oh my gosh, yes, I'm doing this today. What are you doing today? Blah, 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 blah. You know? I'm good at the yap when I have to be. I'm better in person. But I'm good at yapping when I need to be. 100% how I would go about it. Oh my gosh, let's find out. Okay. Which Dere am I, guys? What do you think? What are your guesses? Huh? Dere. Oh, wholesome. I've never heard that before. All right, let's see. Tandere. You're shy and don't speak your mind. You stay quiet and would rather stay at home than interact with others. You hate raising your voice and hate being at the center of attention. You don't like being lonely, but at the same time, you can't help but stay lonely. Only those who have the heart to reach out to you are your friends. However, you are also very prone to being taken advantage of. You have your strengths and weaknesses, but to you, your shortcomings seem more apparent. Don't be scared. Stand up for yourself. You'll be fine. Slightly better than kudere. What is kudere? Who appears to have no emotions? Honestly, in person, that's probably how people perceive me more. But Tandere is a character type that is timid, cold, and introvert. Okay, actually, no, yeah, that's kind of... They kind of clocked me with that one. They fucking clocked me. I did not realize timid, cold, and introvert is kind of me to a T. Oh no. However, when someone they actually enjoy being around is present, they open up, and what you'll find is usually an intelligent, kind, and pure person. What the fuck? How did I get clocked so hard? Tandere characters. Komi from Komi-san wa Komi-yosho desu. Yumi Nagato. A few of these I don't know. I haven't seen The Misfit of Demon King Academy. At least I don't think so. Yeah, I haven't seen either of these three. But damn, I guess I'm a Dandere. I did not think they were gonna get me. I thought 100% we would be memeing here, but no, they got me. They fucking got my ass with that one.